Hi, everyone. Hey, amazing beings. We are live and welcome to Free and Clear Fridays with Dr. Sarah. I'm so grateful that you're joining me today. Welcome, welcome. If it's in the moment, if it's in the future, whenever you're watching this, I'm just glad we're connecting. And I wonder what else is possible that we can discover today, explore today, get clear on today. Because there's plenty, I will say this again, there is plenty of things in the world that could contribute to getting clear of, because there's lots of heaviness showing up. Would you agree? Have you noticed it? Now, it's not just a now, it's a lot of times we're picking up on very heavy energies. It's the nature of our reality, right? So I wonder, instead of going into the resistance of it, we're just meant to clear it. And that's why it's great that we're coming together here and doing it together. So, what would it take to get clear of whatever is heavy for you in this moment? And let's go ahead and clear it. So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. That infamous clearing statement that we use every time. Again, I will include it in the comments on this live, which will then be an IGTV recording. So stay tuned and you can find it there, and I'll give you the link to the clearing statement because it's one that it's so good to use all the time. And we're going to continue to use it here. Now, you know the space, us coming together here where we can connect, where we can get clear and create something different. And today, the topic of today, which has been the topic of the week, is change. Change. A lot of times, the word change can be even heavy in and of itself. Change isn't always fun, especially when it's happening to us, where change is happening to us. But I wonder, what would it be like if you were to create change by choice? A conscious space of change. So anywhere and everywhere you haven't considered that to be a space that you could choose, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So when we clear the energy around something that's heavy, especially this energy of change, then what we're doing is opening up another possibility, or let's say a space for possibilities, or a possibility to come in a way that hasn't been available before. So what would it take for you to be open to the possibility of change by choice? Anything will allow that. Let's destroy and uncreate it all now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, when I say the word change, what do you notice for you? Are you someone that likes change? Do you resist change? Are you someone that's kind of stuck in a way of being and you're like, oh, no thank you, I'll just keep it the way it is? Or are you someone that's like, okay, bring it on. What's the next thing to change here, or the next adventure to have? What if there's no right or wrong to either side of it? It's just getting clear on what it is. Now, a lot of times when we don't resist change and we can be an allowance of it, what it can do is then open up other areas that may have limited you before. Because if we look at really living consciously and being present in our own lives, change is always happening. Now, either we can go along with it, we can choose to really make it our own way of change if we choose, but we know really that everything can be available for change if we choose it. when we don't choose it and we go to more of a space of like, oh, this is happening to me, is usually when it gets heavy, or someone else is doing this. And really, the areas that prevent us from change are these conditions. So it's like an outside in rather than a showing up to and getting clear on what are the possibilities here for change. So everywhere you've been in the resistance of change, where it's happening to you, let's destroy it and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what if we explore a little bit, really the limitations, where we go into the prevention of change? Did you know you could actually prevent change from happening in a way that may not be light for you? Now, what are some things that prevent us from changing things? Well, first of all, one thing I'm aware of is judgment. And for those of us who tend to not judge others, you know, a lot of us are really aware of things coming in around us. We tend to judge ourselves instead. So that judgment of self can be really limiting to you creating the change that you may desire in your life. So that's one thing, the judgment. Like one example of judgment would be, wow, I can't do this. It didn't work before. Why would it work now? These are areas. Let's see. I don't think I can do it. I'm just not good enough to do it. Those are examples of judgment that may limit you from choosing what you would like to change. Now, what else? Well, we could acknowledge judgment from others or other people's points of view. Definitely can get in the way, especially if you buy someone else's point of view of you that limits you from changing something, or people's point of view in general. How much are you picking up on everyone's point of view on, let's say, COVID? Points of view on, let's say, political points of view. There's lots of things. Everyone can have a point of view, but if you get stuck in someone else's point of view, it may limit you from changing what it is that you would like to change now. So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, some of these things can be very subtle nuances that get in the way, and you don't even know how much is actually blocking you from creating the change you would like to have. That's in part where we come in here and join here as a way to clear what is limiting you from creating it. And that's really what we're doing each week based on whatever topic it happens to be. We tend to limit ourselves in ways that we don't even know we're doing. So everything that is, so everywhere you're not even aware of that, let's destroy it and create it all now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All right, just a slight pause for a moment, just to tap into the ease of everywhere this heavy energy is clearing. Because do you notice it? Like right before we clear, how intense it can get, and then we clear it, and then there's like this ease that's happening. So anywhere that you haven't allowed yourself to be in the ease of clearing, which will allow you then to create the change you're desiring, let's destroy and create all of that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So let's go back to that list, because I created a list. Can you believe it? I'm just joking. I create lists all the time. But there is a list of things that prevent us from creating change. Okay, so we did the first one, which was judgment. Judgment of self, other people's judgments. The second one was points of view, where you bought other people's points of view is true that limit you from creating the change you would like. Now the third one is future thinking. Now, we talked about this before. It was a whole topic in and of itself. But future thinking can get in the way of what it is you would like to change. like just going into the conclusion of what the future can be, of like, wow, if I chose this, let's say, I'll just make something up as a topic. Let's go with changing jobs. If I change my job, what if it doesn't go right? What if I don't like it and the people there are just not fun or at ease or light? That's future thinking. So everywhere you do future thinking, that prevents you from creating the change that you desire, and that could be as a change of job in this case, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pun puck, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. There's nothing our minds can't create as a way to block us. So everywhere your mind loves to go into the future and future think you out of the change you're desiring, destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, the way to go about this instead is to just ask some questions. So instead of going into the future and trying to think about what that could look like, you want to get a read on it. You could ask a question like, okay, so if I choose a job, if I choose to take on this new position, what would my life be like 5 months from now? What would my life be like 5 years from now? Is it creating the change I desire? Now, you notice when I ask those questions, it's not about predicting the future, it's about getting a read on the future. So is it light or heavy? Oh, okay, well, that reads light, and that reads heavy, and I wonder what else is possible here. And you can clear it and then continue to do that until you do get clear. It's possible that you may choose to not take that job, but then you can go into the next question and choose another one based on the change you're desiring. So when you circle back around, it really comes back to, what is it that I would like to create? Will this work for me? Creation is the part of change that could be actually fun when you get clear on what that is for you. So everywhere you haven't gotten clear yet on what it is that you would like to change, destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So we have one more thing on the list that will prevent you from doing change, and then we're going to jump to, what is it like to create the change, and what are the elements that will allow you to create the change you desire? So before we get there, let's do the fourth one. I had 4 written down, and it doesn't mean there's not more. But for now, these are the ones that tend to prevent us from being in the space of change. So the fourth one, we were talking about future thinking on the last one. How about the past? How much of your past actually limits you from choosing to create the change you desire now? So everywhere you're doing thinking of the past, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow, that was really heavy. A lot of times we base on our moments now on the past that no longer actually exists. Do you realize this? That the past does not exist until we create it now. So everywhere you go back into your past and be like, wow, I'm not going to choose to change that because it didn't work out the first time. Certainly, what if it doesn't work out the second time? I'm not going to do that, so I guess I just won't do it. What? So let's destroy and uncreate everywhere you've gone into the past that's been limiting you from creating the change you would like now. So everything that is, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All right, so let's now jump to some tips on ways to create the change that you desire. So number 1, which is what I alluded to already, is, what is it that you would like to change? It's really important to get clear on that. If you're not clear on what you would like to change, how are you going to change it? Now, get clear. What is it that you would like to change? And even right now, tune into that. What's something you've been desiring to change that you have yet to change? Anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So, what is it that you would like to change? Number 2, what's the next one? The next one is, I'm looking at my list, what choices do you actually have available around creating this change? What choices do you have available? Hi, Simla. Hi, Ariel. So glad you guys are joining. Anyway, back to this. So what are some choices that you have available? What choices do you have that can create the change that you desire? So anything that's been preventing you from getting to your choices, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And welcome everyone that's joining. I'm so glad you're here. Now, what is next on the list? I wonder. Well, the next one is action. A lot of the times we get manifestation a little confused with action. Now, we can manifest all day long what we would like to change, what it is that our choices are, but until we actually take action, we're not going to be able to create it. So what action can you choose today, in this moment right away, that will actively allow you to be in the creation of the change that you desire now? Anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So it's really important to get to that step, to take action and be fearless. What if there are no mistakes? There are no mistakes. Therefore, you can't mess this up. It may be like, oh, wow, that didn't work. But now what else is possible here? What about that choice right there now will open up this over here to create the change I'm looking for? So what would it be like for you to go into the question of that right away if something doesn't work out the way you would like it to, related to back to the change that you're looking to create? So anything won't allow that, let's destroy it and create it all now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. All right, now, the next on the list, and the fourth and final one for now. Doesn't mean there's only 4, but this one is the fourth one that we can just explore for now. And that is, what will your life and living look like if you were to create this change? Is it light or heavy? What is that? How will your life be different if this change came in the way you desired it? So anything that won't allow for that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So this kind of goes back to getting a read on it like we did when we checked in with the future. And really getting clear on, and it's not just a one moment area, now I've chosen change and it's going to happen. These are questions that you can constantly be in. These are steps you can be in all the time in different ways, the way they come in. This is just a way to break it down to be able to do it in a way that's a little more really change by choice, which is what we're looking to create here. So anything and everything that won't allow you to be in the creation of change in the way that you desire it, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And again, every week it amazes me how fast our time goes by, and we're getting close to the end already. And this area of concept of change in 20 minutes, I mean, it's like the Cliff Note version and boom, 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 clear and carry on. But hey, every little bit of this is a contribution. So the one area of change that I want to just hit on briefly right before I finish up here are these areas that really that are going on around us that we can't necessarily control to change it ourselves. A great question to ask is, what about this situation can I change? Or where can I reclaim this area of change happening to me in a way that allows me to have more ease with it? Or what change can I create here based on the change that's happening in the world? So anything that won't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it all now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. All right, amazing beings. Have an amazing week. Thank you so much for joining me today. And you know I have your back always. It does not stop here. It keeps going and going constantly. I am here to contribute. I'm looking forward to our future time together next week, same time, same place, where we turn problems into possibilities. You're welcome to join me, sign up for the newsletter. I'm going to put that in the post as well so that we can remain connected during the week, the topic of the week, and all the way across the board. I adore you. I appreciate each of you. And I wonder, what else is possible now? And what change can we create and be that will create the change we're looking to be and see in the world right away? Anything that will allow that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. All right, amazing ones. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care for now.